You're listening to The Great Game, a Hunt of the Reckoning actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Previously on The Great Game. Raven returns to the nest, leaving Echo and Aylin to contend with Chicago's Mage Society. Harry Houdini exchanges verbal barbs with Aylin, but ultimately makes the hunters an offer. Help capture the rogue necromancer H.H. Holmes, and in exchange, the reliquary will get the Golden Compass, a device useful for locating magical objects. Echo and Aylin check into a hotel and are soon plagued by a labyrinthine design, murderous traps, and the specters of Holmes' past victims. They manage to reach the basement and, in a display of unparalleled talent, Echo disables Holmes and calls for Houdini. Aylin has other plans. She determines that Holmes was working on a way to empower himself and, narrowly escaping her allies' grasp, uses the device on herself. What consequences will this hold? What power might she now possess? Can the compass finally put the coronation regalia back in the hands of the British Empire? Find out now on The Great Game.
Go.
I'm Clara Allison, and I'm playing Aylin Crane, the medium.
Hi, I'm Freyja. I am playing Raven, the marshal.
Hi, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Echo, the thief.
And I'm Overthinker. I will be your storyteller for the evening. Welcome back, players.
Glad to be back.
When last we left our hunter cell, they'd been forced to split up. And as much as we would like to return to a spirit-made form, we instead go to Raven. So, Raven.
Yes.
The rays of the sun are as beautiful as they are harsh, cutting through ancient dust in a lost temple outside Cairo. The sound of voices ahead give you pause as you signal your dozen redcoat soldiers to hold. You peek around the corner and see a half-dozen armed cultists guarding a stairway leading up. Your target is up those stairs. About a week ago, leads started to build up. Agents in the region reporting movement, unusual activity. The pieces have come together, and you think you might have one of the cult higher-ups here in this long-forgotten complex. Drusilla trusted no one to bring them in more than you.
Well, never one to let Drusilla down. She's going to charge forward with her men. Gotta make sure that we capture the person, the leader.
All right. You give the word. Several signals are passed down, and a moment later, the sound of gunfire erupts. Several soldiers move in past you to engage the group directly ahead, where 20 or 30 others elsewhere in the complex begin shooting at more cultists who've stationed themselves around to keep a watch. Not a very good watch. You can. Do you want to give me an attack roll, or do you want to give me an athletics roll to just get past them and up the stairs?
She's going to try and go immediately past everyone, trusting her men to take all of the individuals out and run forward.
Sweet. Dex and athletics.
Apologies. Trying to get this to work. Dex and athletics, correct?
Yep.
Only 2 successes.
Okay. One of the soldiers, one of the cultists, grabs his rifle and tries to body slam you. You're knocked to the ground. Then he takes several bullets and you scramble by and up the stairs. Take a point of damage. Heading up into the building. You do encounter several more. Go ahead and give me a firearms roll.
Absolutely. Just plain firearms or firearms and dex?
Firearms and dex.
3 success.
Yeah, these guys are. You'd gauged before the attack started that most of these guys are not exactly well trained with weaponry. Looks like they were mostly diggers and or tourists. And you are faster and more professional. At the top, there's an office or a lounge, bit of both. At the far end is a desk, and leaning over it is a figure in sort of a draped cloak. Back to you.
They're just leaning over the desk. They're not even reacting to the gunfire that's literally
Correct.
going on. Okay, that's... Gun's already pulled. She would cautiously approach and place the gun to the back of the figure's back
Mm-hmm.
and move to take off the hood herself.
The figure turns their head a little bit as you approach, but doesn't make any move to react. You pull the gun right up in the small of their back, grab the hood, and with a sharp tug, you are looking at the face. Would you please describe the face of Lyra Vale?
when Raven had known her sister, she was quite similar in build and structure. Uh, Albeit very younger, they looked very similar, though typically with shorter hair and green eyes. She had a noticeable mole under her right eye that she always felt a little shy about.
Hey,
Seeing
sis. You gonna shoot me?
a little dumbfounded by what Raven is seeing, she kind of lets hold of her gun just for a brief moment before catching it. How the hell are you here? Where the hell have you been?
Well, I took a train to get here, and I've kind of been around.
You know that's not what I mean.
I do. This isn't how I wanted to do this, but you've made things pretty complicated. So, I don't think we can do this now.
The fuck do you mean I made it complicated? You're in the middle of a cult!
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And you've got soldiers coming up that stairway who are gonna arrest me, right?
Yes! And
Okay.
rightfully so. Where the hell have you been? If you survived, you should have reported back.
I can't
You know
report to the bad guys. Okay?
the fuck you mean the bad guys?
I mean, you're working for the wrong side. And any minute now, they're going to capture me. So if I'm going to survive this reunion, I've got to go out that window in the next 30 seconds. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 20. Are you going to stop me?
Uh,
What is Raven feeling right now?
Confused, angry, happy to know that her sister's alive. She's running through every scenario about what the hell she could mean and how she even got here. What would this mean in the long run for everything? She thinks about Drew and how both Raven and Drew have been seeking her all this time. How do I even know it's you?
What does that mean?
I have encountered so many things that cannot be explained. People that can turn into animals, vice versa, and otherworldly creatures. How do I
Okay.
know that this is you and not something else?
She's going to step up and she's going to put her hands on your shoulders unless you like interpose your weapon. Hey,
She'll be hesitant, but allow it.
those are reasonable concerns and those are good thoughts to be having. But right now, I just need you to trust me.
How can I trust you? You've been missing all this time. Drew's been locked up until recently.
I'm sorry. I have to go. And she's going to make a dash for the window. Are you going to
She's
let her
gonna let
go?
her go. She's gonna
All
let
right.
her go.
She hops up, glances back, and then jumps right as 3 of your guys come through the door.
She's gonna make an act as if she was running towards the window.
Did we get her?
No, she got away. Damn it!
Right.
She'll kick the
Target's on the
table.
run. Let the others know. The other two soldiers start shouting down the stairs, Target's on the run. And you see your little force of redcoats spreading out and looking for her.
Does anyone stay in the room?
Yeah. The sort of lieutenant who was here with you.
Any of the cultists alive? Or were they all gunned down?
3 prisoners.
Begin interrogation immediately. We should see if there's any other cells. And get someone up here to help me comb through these. There's got to be records or maps. This organization's not going away anytime soon.
Right away, Mom. Go ahead and make me an investigation check of your own. If you want to start going through these files.
Absolutely. And what should I use for that?
Wits or intelligence.
Wits, intelligence, and perception?
I think investigation is its own thing, right?
Investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 4 successes.
4 successes. You got a moment in the room. You're looking through. There's a collection of letters. There are maps. I think on 4 successes, you put together that they were here looking for something. They were here looking for a book. And in one of the letters, there is mention of having lost the one they had, so they have to find another. And someone says, I think I could get it back.
Is there any details about this book? Or if they found the other book that's supposedly located here in this area?
That it does not say.
Is there anything that points to how her sister is here, or anything that could implicate her sister?
Several letters discussing the progress of the digs kind of look like her handwriting.
She's going to take it.
Okay. A few minutes later, the ruin is secured. Most of these soldiers think they were doing a bust on some more like gang-related mobster type thing. They don't understand the supernatural nature of what you're looking into. But there's a few people who do, and they're going to go through the rest of the stuff in this room.
She'll give them the rundown about some sort of book that was supposed to be hidden here.
Right, traditional grave robbing. Got it.
We, if possible, if we can find the book, because nothing says that they found it, it'd be greatly beneficial. And for the love of God, do not open it and do not read it.
You see this guy lean in. Older guy, like too old for military service. Don't worry. It's not my first time plumbing the depths of these tombs. Gives you a wink.
Well, then I trust your experience.
That you can head back to base, where you will be met with Drusilla, who looks a little perturbed when she greets you. Days later, back in London.
Are you all right, Drew? What's going on?
She rolls her eyes. Have you learned sign language?
I would say that she's been trying to in between the several missions that have gone on since
I would
Drew
say
is here.
3 experience points.
Do not have 3 experience points. She has 2.
Okay. So she throws you several hand signals pretty quickly, and you catch. You've come to recognize the names of your companions, Echo and Aylin. And then she looks
Hold
at
on.
you, sees an absence of recognition, rolls her eyes again, and starts writing stuff down.
All right, I caught that was Aylin and Echo. Are they okay? I know I left them in a semi-perilous position, but I needed to get here as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Holds her hand horizontal, thumb and pinky extended, and sort of shakes it back and forth. In the classic gesture for,
Well, I don't like details, please.
and hands you the note.
She will take the note and look down. What does it say?
Echo reports, allied with Houdini, Holmes dealt with, in quotations, Aylin compromised.
Now, what does she mean by compromised? Has Aylin been a spy this entire time?
Drew
We
sort of runs her tongue over her teeth, thinking, looking to the side. Then shrugs.
Well, do we know where Echo is? I need to get there as quickly as possible. I need to know what's going on.
She scribbles. On their way back.
So Aylin is still with her then?
Nods.
Well, that's good at least. If she's compromised, how is she coming back? I'm very confused about this.
Points to herself, holds up 2 fingers. Meanwhile, in the Americas. Aylin,
Hello.
you're sitting on a hotel bed. Echo is passed out in the next room. And there is a specter floating in front of you.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Do you remember what he
Um,
called himself?
Yes. I guess the primary question is that your name, Rebellion, or is that more of a concept? Am I looking at a zeitgeist situation? Pun not intended.
I'm going to have you make an intelligence plus occult roll. As the spirit responds, we are rebellion.
2.
2, shifting form and a sort of flitting, like a sense of motion while not moving, makes you think that this is not like the ghost of a dead person.
I think I'm willing to admit I've done something incredibly stupid.
It regards you. Why?
What?
Why have you done this?
You're going to have to be much more specific.
No. Why have you done? And as it extends a hand towards you, you feel multiple spiritual presences uh, in and around your body. This.
Aylin stands there, sort of running through her mind, trying to figure out if she can lie to a ghost. Several ghosts. I've waited too long to lie. I don't know.
Mm. We are satisfied with this answer.
Hmm. Do you understand what you are?
You see Rebellion sort of look to the side and then the other side. It's distracted.
Hello?
Yeah, it starts to sort of separate and drift out of corporeal visibility.
Oh, fuck. I will admit, I have fucked up. But you've been with me the whole time. And I feel as if I am justified in wanting to know what is going on beyond the stupid things that I have done.
Roll manipulation plus persuasion. As you attempt to reacquire the attention of the spirit.
2 successes.
All right. Yeah, you've got it for one more question. It says there's a slight recentering. Yes.
You've been with
You
me the
have-
whole time. Why?
Yes. You are rebellious. You defy. You strike out on your own. When others fail, you rise to take their place. We are with you, part of you. You are us. Uh, how many times in her life has Aylin been faced with an opportunity to fold and instead fought for something?
The fact that her first instinct was to fight and it was to argue with this probably explains a lot.
Yeah. And going back to most of her decisions, to how she got into show business, to how she left ballet, to walking into the homes of the wealthy and powerful and deceiving them. The spirit inclines its head and evaporates.
Aylin climbs back into bed. She's absolutely unsure what to do. She's like, maybe it was a dream. Maybe this is fine.
All right. One last thing before we fully move away from Aylin. I'd need you to make me a willpower roll.
I don't got willpower anymore. I used it all.
Cool.
I think. Do you want me to just roll my pool?
No, in this case, you actually have no will with which to resist.
I hate
As
everything.
your dreams are filled with voices and strangers who will not leave, who are around you constantly, speaking, and many of them dying horribly. It is a nightmare. It is a visceral, personal, too close to you nightmare. And that's how Aylin rests.
Yay.
Echo.
I got what I wanted.
Yep.
Hi.
You wake first the next day. Do you have any specific plans or intentions, or are you just trying to get back to HQ as quickly as possible?
He's just trying to get back as quickly as possible.
Okay. Train ticket to a boat. Boat will take you back to England. How is Echo feeling about this? Like, you're still traveling with Aylin. Is Aylin being cool about everything?
Like, you know how your pet does something wrong and you're like, I have to be mad at you, and they don't understand how to make it better because they're a dog. Aylin is like, I have wronged someone and I don't like how that feels, but also I don't know how to interact with that feeling. So she's being weirdly doting, but also trying to give Echo space.
Yeah. How does that energy find Echo?
Echo is distant, cold, little of both. She doesn't receive it well. A lot of the time, she just kind of no. Aylin, I am going to be completely honest. I don't want to deal with this right now. Let's just get back to Britain.
Echo
Right.
just low-key dismissing a steady stream of tea and cakes.
Yeah.
All right. And the trio reconvenes amid happy families who haven't seen each other in a long time. Hopefuls come here for work, and several people of import returning from the States. Echo and Aylin disembark their ship and are met by Raven. There's a carriage where the three of you can speak privately on your way back to HQ.
Do we know that where Raven was?
No.
And where were you?
Hunting down a leader of the cult.
And how did that go?
Unfortunately got away, but we got several leads, including what they were doing there. Now, how are you compromised? I was not given any more information.
Oh, I will say, Raven, you were told to bring that gun that you now know comes from Tesla. And if Aylin is acting shifty, shoot her with it.
I
Got it.
always act shifty.
Shiftier than
Well-
usual.
No, that was not specified.
All right, never mind. I tried.
But yeah, converse.
Well, Aylin, would you like to explain it, or should I?
Is that gun just sitting there?
Would not have pulled it out yet.
Okay. It's not that. It's not huh. I don't really know how to explain it.
I suggest you do your best. Because compromised individuals don't make it back.
Well, define compromised.
Define what the hell happened.
Well, we had been hunting Holmes, who apparently had been murdering people, and we his home had sort of transformed into a strange space. And he we found him, and he was in the middle of something nefarious, and Echo stopped him.
And for some reason, I feel that that's not the entire story. But also, Echo, congratulations on stopping a murderer.
And there was a machine, and I might have tripped and fallen onto it.
You didn't trip and fall. You climbed into it on purpose.
I do recall falling and being tackled by you.
Beg your pardon, what machine? What did it do?
What a great question.
So, because somebody doesn't seem like she actually wants to tell you what happened, Holmes was working on a machine that, according to the ghosts of presumably one of the people he killed, was going to make him unstoppable, presumably something that was going to affect his ability to do magic, make it more powerful or something. He was using the spirits of the people he killed in the hotel that we were in to fuel it. I put a stop to him. I saw Aylin there running for it after I specifically, we were talking about, what was it? You were looking around to try and figure out what it was doing. You weren't going to do anything with it. And we were going to try and shut it down. And then I turn around and see her moving to sit in it. I tackle her, keep her down for a while. She manages to slip free and jump into the chair, just in time for it to stick her with all manner of needles that are, or that were, connected to bottles holding ghosts.
So, you put ghosts in your blood.
I may have ghosts in my blood.
Are you at least you, or am I speaking to something else?
Well, what a heavy question that is. Yes, I am me. I as much me as I would be any other time.
Because I remember, well, our first encounter, and you didn't really speak yourself.
I seem to have all of my facilities.
Echo?
Echo, give me a perception check. Retroactive.
I think that's 4. Yeah, I've got 4.
Aylin has been having intense
Oh no,
nightmares.
dice. Sorry,
4
2
dice.
successes.
2 successes, still good. Aylin has been having nightmares. It's not altogether weird, but
Beth has noticed that's different if she's been having nightmares.
Well, given what the man was doing, I could understand that for someone that's not trained in brushes with death. But also, this is Aylin, and
Okay, well, this is Aylin, and I am sure that the nightmares have everything to do with the dozen or so ghosts in my blood. Yes, but it's fine. I'm.
Is it? Is
Yes.
it fine?
Yes.
What makes it fine?
The part where there isn't any other terrible news.
your hesitation tells me that there is, in fact, something different, and that there's more terrible news.
There is technically no more bad news.
But there is news.
Well, I don't know about that either. So there's like a dozen ghosts, and then also a spirit of some kind, but it's a different kind of spirit. You know?
No, I don't know.
This one I can define far less. It whatever has been. Oh, that sounds bad when I say it like that.
Been what?
Whatever. Ooh, well, so a lot of this happens internally, right? Whatever's connected me to the spirits before all of this has seemed to manifest in a way that I can see it now. Sometimes when it's around.
So you've had this spirit in you this entire time?
Yes.
I get
She is
intelligence
rubbing
plus
her
a
temples
cult
right now.
from intelligence plus a cult from Raven and Echo.
Sure, I can roll my intelligence.
I don't know how to explain I'm a mage now.
1.
So it was a cult on what?
Intelligence.
1.
Okay, 1 success each. I will have you know that had both or either of you gotten 0 successes, you would have determined that Aylin is no longer human. As it is, unclear.
Jury is out.
Yes. The distinction between a person, like a studier of the occult, a practitioner of the occult, and, a monster has not been narrowly defined. So, sitting here in this carriage with your compatriot, you get to decide. And at least for Raven, your decision is probably going to influence whether she is met at base with suspicious looks or firearms and chains.
Depending on your reaction right now, Aylin, there's going to be a number of things that happen. How can I trust you to
You
maintain...
can't.
Hold on, Echo. How can we trust you to maintain the secrecy of our organization and to have our back? What made you willingly sit in that chair? Knowing that not knowing exactly what the hell it would do.
Aylin sort of like rubs her face. She just looks so tired. I genuinely don't know if we've known each other enough. You've seen me long enough that if I was lying, I would have something to say. I would have come up with a story.
And that is why I am so concerned. Because you're not lying.
It just...
Did you make the decision, or did something else make the decision for you to sit in that chair?
I certainly made the decision myself. In fact, whatever else is with me because those are the decisions I tend to make. The truth is, Raven, I cannot be trusted. Ever. Not really. It's not because of any deep, dark, whatever you did for the government sort of thing. It's just that in the end, I am the only person I get to live with. I have to live with. And I need to be able to do that.
I'd like to call for some insight checks real quick. One from Aylin. And one, everybody.
Insight in what?
Whatever you would... Actually, in your case, composure.
And everyone else's?
Wits.
Everyone
One's across the board.
Rolled once.
Everyone.
Seems fine.
Okay. This is rough territory. I think Aylin, given the fact that your answers here kind of constitute self-defense. If your friends don't trust you completely, there's a chance that, at the very least, you're not a part of this anymore. Or you become a prisoner. Hard to be totally open under those circumstances. And I think both Raven and Echo, you're aware of that. That on some level, even if she is being honest, she's also aware of the potential danger here. And Aylin, you've been really good at making yourself look like what other people want to see. So as you try to turn that eye inward and come up with the real reason you got in that chair, that is not a skill you have developed. Carry on. You're not far from the HQ at this point.
I would rather you not shoot me for what it's worth.
At that point, she's going to pull out the gun.
Okay, what did I just say?
I was instructed to shoot you.
Just
Should I
immediately?
Let me finish. I was instructed to shoot you. Should I believe that you are fully compromised and would risk this operation? Because not only would it be a danger to us, but to the nation itself. Especially with the cult being as large as it is. But certain events recently have... And she's going to look down at the gun at this point. Reconsider certain things. Aylin, I know I can't trust you always. I've known that from, honestly, the first night. But I've known you've always had not only your best interest, but our best interest at heart. And I don't think you would ever do anything to harm us willingly. I say this with trust and concern. I don't want you to do anything like that again. Not without an explanation.
There wasn't enough time.
Even after the fact.
Before.
Because I was not present. But afterwards, I would have liked an explanation as to why you willingly sat in that chair. And it seems like you don't know why you sat in that chair. And I'm concerned that you don't see any problem with that.
I respect that opinion. If I could be more forthcoming with you, I would. I truly do not know. Beyond, it was the opportunity was there, and I either took it or I didn't.
If you would have taken that opportunity and it cost Echo her life.
It wouldn't have.
She's
How
going
do
to hold
you
out her
know?
hand. She's going to hold out both hands to both of you. Say the chair was there. Same scene, but if you sat in it, Echo would die. Your choice is to save Echo or sit in the chair. Which would you choose?
Of course I'd save Echo.
I want to insight check that.
Absolutely. Roll it. Clara, I would like you to roll me manipulation plus either persuasion or subterfuge, and don't tell us which.
Oh, I love this game.
Wits and insight.
Yes, please.
It's the same pool, too.
Love that.
It's a 1.
You want to let that stand?
It's a 3.
Is knowing your friend worth a point of willpower? Echo, you can also get on this insight.
100% going to spend a point of real willpower.
Cool.
All right. I'm going to
That's
remember that I
4.
get a -2 to this because I have no willpower left. So actually, I'm just not going to roll.
You are going to, during the time that you have traveled, you have regained 2 points of willpower.
Okay.
And
okay.
Aylin has regained 1.
Oh, fine.
Nightmares,
You
bro.
currently have ghosts in your blood. I don't want to hear it.
All right. And 2 from Echo?
2 from Echo, yeah.
Cool. Before Clara explains what Aylin is really saying, because Raven does pick up on the truth. How is Echo feeling about all this?
Echo is not happy. Unsurprisingly. As she has explained before, when it comes to things like this, she at least thinks that if you're going to be working with somebody, you have to be able to trust them completely. Otherwise, you run the risk of them putting your life in danger. So she is very much in the situation of, if I can't trust her completely, then I can't trust her at all. Which means she shouldn't be involved in this at all.
Aylin is drifting into the same camp as Snake Delaney.
Yep. Not quite there yet, but that's where she's moving.
Okay. Aylin, please describe for us. Echo sees kind of what you want her to see, and Raven sees the truth. Go ahead and tell us what that is in both cases.
They both see the same thing, which is if you they when Aylin fell into that like hole of research the first time and went a little nuts, both Echo and Raven could see there was a capacity there to it, like, and they must have known it was there based on who she is as a person, that if Aylin wanted something, nothing was ever going to stop her. And the prospect of not getting it drives her a little bit mad. So I think both of you see just a person who looks like they have had to fight for everything they've ever gotten and has lived like that for so long that they don't realize that fight is over. But it's genuine. She seems to has not wanted to prioritize. She does not want to prioritize Echo or herself over Echo. But yeah, she really does believe that she doesn't trust them, and she's okay with it.
Aylin, I know that for the longest time you have prioritized yourself over everyone else. And honestly, that's fine for the majority of the time. But I also know you have risked your life for us. On several occasions, actually. Whether you think that's in your own interest or not, I trust that even now, you would do what is right when it came to helping us or someone else. Because I feel at your core, you are a good person. I will watch you with a closer eye, and others will too, after this. Especially now that you're have ghosts in your blood. But you're still a member of the team. And I am not going to shoot you. And she'll put the gun away.
Well, thank you for that.
All right.
I
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I hope you understand that if I could give you answers, I always would.
She's going to reach up and touch the white jay feather that she has hanging from her braids. I know. After all, we all have secrets and desires that we keep from each other. But I trust you. Even if at first it may not appear that what you do is right, I know in the long run it will work out. Though just know we won't trust you with at least some top secret information while you're have ghosts in your blood. At least we can confirm that you're in full control of your faculties.
We don't even know what the ghosts are gonna do yet.
That is why I'm concerned about your faculties.
You were getting possessed before the ghosts were in your blood.
Yes,
On
but
several
they had.
occasions,
We let that. They had to knock.
Yes, that's the problem. They're already in you now. Who knows what they're gonna do?
just please let us know if you feel like you're losing yourself.
I always have.
All right.
And Aylin, if anyone gives you anything about this, let me know. I'll have it handled.
Thank you.
The carriage pulls up at HQ. Through the little door, across the tracks, and the warm light hits you once more. It's a little later in the day, so several of your scribes have already left. There's like 2 people at desks transcribing something. As you enter, I definitely think that Echo and Raven would observe Drew, Price, and Lord Boreal all sort of triangulated on the doorway. And as you come in, Price approaches. Everything all right?
At least for now. Yes.
All right then. He gives a nod and the other two step away. So, bit of a trip to the States, eh? Hope it was worth it.
That remains to be seen.
Did we get anything?
We got a compass.
I'm assuming it's not just a compass. Unless you brought me a souvenir, in which case that is very tough.
No, it's supposedly it'll lead us to what we're looking for.
Now that sounds right useful. What's the next move?
We see what it takes to calibrate this compass to what we're looking for, and we follow it. We don't have time to waste on other things.
He gives a sharp nod and sort of gestures towards the library.
I suppose we'll get to it then.
Raven, you don't know what this is.
What is this compass?
You remember the thing that Holmes was looking at in the auction?
Yes, I recall.
Yes, that. Presumably it was pointing him to the books that we bought. So it must point to something important to the person holding it.
Did Houdini
Question.
say anything about it?
Yes, he's the reason that we have any reason to believe that it'll point us to the crown jewels.
Sorry, Freyja, you were saying.
No, you're fine. Did we ever refine the book from the dig site?
No.
Okay. At the location that I had to run off to, they were having a dig for a book, actually.
What
I
kind of
wonder-
book?
Unsure, it didn't specify. They said that they had a book in their possession, but they lost it. And that they could potentially get it back.
Well, that could be anything.
Well, do I remember the date that was listed on that letter?
It's fairly recent, last month or so.
Okay, so
Definitely after your trip to the Fae. If that's what you're asking.
that is exactly what I was asking.
That
Yeah.
would be too convenient.
No, it's
Just a
totally
question.
unrelated to this other
Yeah.
thing that.
I'm just thinking time-wise, though. For them, it was 2 years, so it wouldn't make sense that it was the book then. Yeah. And they lost the book recently. At least according to the letters.
But they don't say which book it is.
No. But that they were obviously very very panicked about losing it. It seemed almost essential to whatever their plans are.
Right. Well, what if the compass? Houdini didn't leave any instruction for us. He just said it would help.
More or less, yeah.
May I see it?
I'm going to look at it first, if you don't mind.
All right.
Yeah. Echo is going to take a look at the compass.
I would say intelligence plus either investigation or occult, or if you have another like knowledge-based skill you think would pertain.
No, I'll roll investigation.
Cool.
Two.
This is not a compass. Not in the sense that you understand. First of all, it's too big to be realistically useful as a compass. Second, doesn't appear to have any cardinal directions listed. Just a fair number of weird symbols.
Do we have
You
any
know-
inkling about how this would work?
Well, given what it does, I suppose it's less like a compass, more like a dowsing rod. It's supposed to point us to the thing. But I have no idea how it's supposed to work.
Aylin, any ideas?
Yes. Well, I'd like to hold it and find out, but I need Echo to give me permission to do so.
She'll hand it over.
Let's see. Can I just start by trying to like handle it and see what it does? I'm gonna think specifically about. I'm gonna hold it and think about how tired I am, and I want to go to bed and see if it points to like our quarters.
Cool. First, I'm going to need you to roll your unspent willpower.
Why? One success on one die.
Cool. You feel... For a second, you feel like you're going to be sick. But as the feeling starts to subside, you realize it was not physical. Like, you were going to vomit, and it had nothing to do with your digestive system.
I'm gonna puke a ghost.
Instead, you can make an intelligence plus investigation check.
Three successes.
3 successes. Yeah, there are a couple of needles here, which will seem to be moving in different directions, pointing. You think about sleep and wanting to go to bed. And it does point to, like, a couple of the needles briefly converge on the bedroom and then slip back in other directions.
Well, Houdini was right. You just have to think very, very hard about it. I think.
And how do you read it?
I think it just points.
Anyone can also make an intelligence plus occult roll.
Gonna do that. Oh no, 1 success.
This thing is telling you a lot more than which way the bedroom is.
Well, of course. Ugh.
3.
If you want to know more, you guys could do research.
Well, yes, we're about to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of
Cool.
obvious.
I'm gonna go slump off to the library then.
Yeah. Raven will 100% join you in the library.
All right. In that case, we will enter a period of downtime. You guys can do library research. You can, if you're particularly low on willpower, you could try to like rest and center yourself, spend time with your people. A couple of you are injured, so you're going to start healing those injuries back.
Yep.
In fact, I think everyone is injured.
Yeah, some of us are more injured than others.
Oh, yeah. Echo was limping getting off that train.
Ah.
Oh yeah, you got roll beat up. In fairness, I got stabbed.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I forgot about that. I was stabbed like 48 hours ago. Well, no.
It's
been
about
like a
4
week.
days by the time, 4 or 5 days by the time you get back to London. But
I
yes,
was stabbed about a week ago.
you were quite stabbed.
It was a light stabbing.
A light
Yeah.
stabbing.
It didn't even kill you.
It
You're
was
leaking some
potentially
ghost
fatal.
right now.
Right. I forgot about the stabbing with the whole ghost situation. I would love to sleep and maybe talk to my friends. I don't have friends. I'd like to sleep.
You have Molly.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Ow.
I have Molly. Mechanically willpower restoring friends.
If you want to have good conversation with your fellow player characters, that can also restore willpower.
Fine.
But you did kind of cleave a big old chasm in the trust. So.
Oh, just because I betrayed my friends, they don't want to talk to me?
Oh, Raven's not going to leave you alone.
The last guy that betrayed Echo is currently sitting in prison.
Echo, you may have another problem.
What?
Was currently sitting in prison when we left.
No, not that part.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I just mean that the girl you like is starting to spend a lot of time with the girl you don't like.
Oh, yeah, that's also true.
Oh, yeah, that.
Listen.
Huh.
Don't play. Hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, but I can't stab the game.
There is Aylin. She's already been stabbed once. Anyways,
By Echo.
wait, what?
We have got to stop stabbing me.
So you guys tell, which one of you is going to tell Raven the story of how Aylin got stabbed?
I think if we're gonna take some of this time, like if it's kind of a casual downtime research time, Aylin would sort of disclose in bits and pieces.
So do that.
It's one of those like they're in the library and talking about looking through something, and Aylin will casually mention, oh, I have to swing by the infirmary, I have to get my wound repacked.
What wound? I was not aware of you receiving any wounds.
But during the whole chair situation, Echo did stab me.
To be clear, to be very
Me-
clear, it was
Oh, hello,
before
Echo.
it was before the whole chair situation, and I wasn't conscious during it.
Yes, I would. Well, there was some other. There was some strange, supernatural sort of mind games happening at the house, and I solved the problem, and Echo stabbed me
I also solved the problem.
by stabbing me. Yes,
If you hadn't been next to me, it probably wouldn't have been a problem, would it have?
I was trying to wake you up.
Okay.
But
Not even knowing
to-
where to begin with all
I-
that.
Again, to be very clear, didn't know I was stabbing her. I stabbed a mirror.
Yes, we've all had that dream where we're dreaming about eating a giant marshmallow and then our pillow is gone the next morning.
I beg your pardon. You've eaten a pillow.
No, it's a joke.
Bryce,
People
just
do
walking
that.
by. That explains some things.
Yes, long story short,
Listen, when they tell you to... Never mind, I won't say that in good company.
well, now you have to.
When they tell you to bite the pillow, that's not what they mean.
Oh, right. Anyway, regardless, yes, we were we were trapped in some sort of almost a dream, not quite. In perhaps the most on-brand thing I've ever seen, Aylin made out with herself. I fought with myself for a while. That wasn't going well. I stabbed a mirror, woke up, my knife was buried in Aylin's stomach. It's a good thing I wasn't actually trying to do it, otherwise she might not be here.
So moving forward, you two are not going on any missions alone.
Well, you were busy in Cairo.
It was quite lovely.
In our in our like research period, I would also love to reach out to Houdini and Tesla. Crazy. And see, did I bring Holmes's notes with me?
That's a good question.
I would have liked to.
At the time, Houdini was mostly interested in disabling Holmes directly. I think there has probably, if you snagged those notes before making a run for the chair, there has since been a request. As now partners in the battle against the supernatural, the Chicago branch would request those documents be returned.
Well, those notes have as close to an explanation as what the chair does and did and what I have done to myself. So I would love to keep them as a security issue.
100% Raven would have requisitioned the scribes to make copies.
Cool. So you're going to return the original and keep the copy?
Yeah, unless the original has like after thoroughly checking to make sure the original doesn't have like secrets in like if you put it over light or something, you know what I mean?
Cool. Give me an intelligence plus occult roll as you study these documents.
Two successes.
You don't get a lot more than you did initially. A lot of the concepts are a little unfamiliar to you, being as you are not a mage and not a member of this mage organization.
Is the term available to me?
There are several terms you recognize. Ascension, the fifth element, the Brotherhood of Hermes.
God, men are stupid. Just like all of the pomp and circumstance of all the names they're using.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no apparent secret anything.
All right. Well, that means that I think between Aylin's trying, like, kind of trying to stay in contact with the Chicago branch, specifically Tesla and Holmes, to be like, hey, I did a crazy thing. What is this happening to me now? If we could figure that out, that'd be great. But otherwise, if they're, I assume correspondence that way is slow.
Yes. With the return of the note, they express an interest in aiding you and look forward to the continued alliance of Her Majesty's Royal Reliquary and the Chicago branch of the Technocracy.
Wild.
If that's Aylin's downtime stuff, let's get Raven's. Oh, also make a roll to try and figure out what the thing does, the compass.
Oh, yes. I was like, and also I'd like to do some research. Three successes. My investigation occult and investigation, or wits investigation, wits occult are the same. So
Cool. We're going to do all of those results together at the end.
Okay.
Cool.
So you just want me to move on?
Yes, please.
Okay. When everyone is disposed of, indisposed, not disposed of,
I don't know what you're up to.
Raven
No.
is going to try to get a hold of the compass.
Okay. You are one of the three bosses here, and certainly the ranking military official. So there is no one in the building who would stop you from walking over and picking it up.
She would do that when literally no one else is around, just to ensure that some level of secrecy is kept with what she's trying to attempt.
Cool. Yeah, you have keys to the evidence locker.
And when she is assured she is alone, she's going to try to pinpoint three things with the compass. One, who was the person, where is the person that killed her teammate, Blue Jay?
Okay.
Specifically, Kalethorn.
Yep.
2, who is the traitor in the organization? And 3, and this is going on a limb, where is Aylin?
Okay. I'm going to have you roll your occult skill plus your unspent willpower.
That's 3 successes.
3 is decent. You sit with this compass, you look at it, you see it flipping to symbols. Your first question was,
Where is the creature that killed Kalethorn, aka Blue Jay?
it flicks across a couple of symbols, and You recognize one of them as being buildings, and another one of them is like a honeybee, so a hive. A hive of buildings is a city, and then a crown, a city where there are crowns, and then a field, as sort of a separate statement. A city, a crown, a field. What counts as a city of crowns? What is a city where there would be a crown?
He's thinking London.
And a field, maybe broadening the idea of London.
Yeah, probably the city of London.
Roll again for your second question.
That's 4 successes.
And what was your second question?
Where is the traitor in the organization?
It shows you a chair and a circle and a veil, and then the crown again in sort of a second statement, the crown again, and a snowflake.
All right. And
Third
the
question.
last. Where is Aylin?
Where is Aylin right now? Maybe a week since we got
Theoretically,
back.
like, what time is it?
Probably like 2 a.m.
Asleep.
Cool.
You want to
Yeah.
roll?
Yes, please.
That's 7 successes.
7 successes. Ooh, boy. Cool. Awesome. The hands are moving pretty quickly, flicking across symbols. A man, the bees again. The just multiple collections of things. A symbol that seems to mean many things. Many things. Many people. Many a scream. Danger. Not danger to her, but the perception of danger. As this thing flicks back and forth and you watch the symbols, you get the distinct impression of a powerful nightmare.
She would put everything back, make it look like she was never there.
Yeah.
And then she'd check on Aylin.
Aylin is probably tossing a little bit, shaking. Not having a good time, by the look of it.
She'll leave her be and step away.
Cool. Anything else you would do with your downtime?
Probably spend some time with Drew trying to learn sign language and study the occult because it's desperately needed.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. Drusilla continues to be her vibe. A fair amount of eye rolling. And the cocked eyebrow that means really every time you do something silly. Which she seems to think is a lot. You guys get some studying in. Go ahead and make me an intelligence plus occult roll.
That's 0 successes.
Cool. So she gets some studying done.
Fair.
And a couple times she's trying to explain with sign language, but at a certain point she just like starts sliding you books and you're trying to read through them and find the connections that she is seeing and you're just not.
She's trying.
Mm-hmm. Echo,
Hi.
how are you spending your downtime?
She's gonna spend at least. How much time do we have?
Assume a week or two.
Okay, so she's gonna spend the first probably 2
More.
or 3 days.
Yeah, more or less depending on what you want.
Yeah, she's gonna spend like the first 2 or 3 days, just resting
Mm-hmm.
because she's not in a great state physically or mentally.
For sure. Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
once she's done with that, she is going to try and train people because we have like recruits and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna take like a handful of them, and kind of train them in her aspect of the job, which is dealing with the shadier people because I remember there being issues with that, and also quiet acquisition, as it were.
Absolutely. This place is pretty buttoned up. And after some time to rest, go ahead and regain 3 physical boxes and another point of willpower.
Okay.
And you're able to take a couple of the recruits. Some of the people employed by the reliquary right now, most of them come from Drusilla and Price picking soldiers who they think can keep their mouths shut about a secret assignment. In fact, the majority of your organization is a branch, like a secret branch of the military, basically.
Okay.
And if you're going to put those guys to work with your skill set, doable. Some of them will need persuading. You're also one of the bosses. If you just want to recruit new people and make them part of the org, you may do so.
No, she would take the people that they already have. No point in adding people. And basically kind of gather 6 or 7, not a whole ton, that she thinks would be like receptive to this and also decent at it. And basically like sit them down and be like, all right, so as you may have noticed, given that I'm a part of this, not everything we do here is entirely on the up and up in terms of official legality. A lot of dealing with shady people, because the people closer to the ground tend to know more things than the people higher up.
Nods.
Problem is, a lot of people don't know how to deal with those people closer to the ground. Either they haven't been in that situation, or they view them as lesser because they're criminals, ne'er-do-wells, that kind of thing. If we're going to be as effective as we can be, we're going to need people that can deal with that more than just me, because I can't be everywhere. Can't talk to all the people that need me talking to them. So, I'd like it if you all worked with me and honestly kind of became a special task force, for lack of a better word. So kind of handle these quieter, more delicate jobs that we can't just send a dozen soldiers at to deal with.
Does Echo have any social skill?
Echo has leadership.
Cool. Either manipulation or persuasion plus leadership.
Manipulation or charisma, you mean?
That's the one.
All right. Yeah,
That's a different White Wolf system that I pulled from.
Yeah, I will do a charisma leadership. Yeah, three's pretty solid.
3 is solid. There's a couple of like, is this sanctioned? Is this what we're doing? And one guy's like, the fact that it's not sanctioned is what we're doing. So yeah. Give me, I'd say intelligence plus larceny to start teaching these guys how to do thieving.
All right. That's another 3.
Yeah. Obviously, their skills are in different areas in some cases. Like, the big guy's not going to be a cat burglar.
Yeah.
Or probably a pickpocket. But also, criminal organizations love a big guy, especially a big guy with like the hard eyes. So you start introducing them to like, yeah, if you see something like this, that's an underworld merchant. They will hire muscle, and people who sell stuff to underworld merchants are a great source of information. Like, these are not doors you kick down. These are doors you open and ask for a job. And in some cases, that's revelation enough.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to do in downtime?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. If you're also researching the compass, go ahead and roll intelligence occult.
Yeah, I will also attempt to throw some time behind that. I got 2.
Cool. And Raven, were you going to do that as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you kind of
Not-
did.
Yeah,
But-
kind of did. Not really sure it was any success, though. You want me to re-roll again, or...
Yeah, intelligence occult.
Okay. One success this time. She learned something.
Cool. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. You guys, a few reports have come in from elsewhere in the reliquaries, spies. No further contact with the enemy from Cairo. It seems that the thrashing you gave them fully sent them for the hills in that space. Also, several places that were sort of being watched as, we're pretty sure these guys are involved, but we don't know enough to move, or we don't think they have enough to be worth taking out. Several of those groups have disappeared. In your research, there are a collection of artifacts throughout history that claim to be able to read your heart, your desires, your intentions. I mean, even as far as a genie can grant your every wish. Collectively, you pulled up 6 hits, and I think, Raven, with a little bit of experience, you're beginning to sense how this thing works. You guys start putting together that it is a matter of focusing your intentions, reading off these indications, and putting together meaning. It'll tell you if you can follow it. And it is with this collective realization and intentions to use it that you come back to HQ bright and early in the morning to find the door kicked in and riddled with bullets. Thank you for watching The Great Game. If you enjoyed this story, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to follow for more of our content. You can find all of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support helps make more of these stories possible. The 3 of you have arrived at conveniently the same time, back to HQ. The front wall is riddled with bullets, and the door is off its hinges. What would you like to do?
Fucking what? Are there sounds of conflict?
Perception checks.
No fucking clue.
2 successes. Wow.
Perception is wits and
Awareness.
awareness. Okay.
And everyone takes a drink.
6.
Like 4 of this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it wouldn't be full of ghosts if Raven had been there.
I can see the ghosts in your blood right now.
Okay.
I can smell the ghosts in her blood.
Trying to figure out if that's gross or horny.
Both.
Yeah. All right. Raven, you heard something on your way over maybe a minute, 2 minutes ago. You're like, that could be, I mean, it's a train station, so there are loud noises sometimes. But also could be guns. Maybe Maxim is testing something. Could be Maxim. Now you're standing in front of it. Wasn't Maxim. So maybe 2 minutes ago, you can hear movement inside.
Question. Because of the bullet holes, can I tell if were aimed in or out?
Both. Some came from outside, others went in.
Just double
Others-
checking.
Yeah, from inside.
And we do hear movement on the inside, correct?
Yes.
Immediately gets down. Finds cover immediately.
Yep. Aylin?
I guess I follow suit. Raven's alerted to something, and I don't have as much experience as she does.
Echo.
Yeah, Echo will follow Raven's lead and kind of look at her. Should I go in there and see if I can find anything?
There is 100% movement on the inside. Bullet holes in and out. Nobody's in the outside. Which means whatever it is, it did not get hit. And there's no blood on the ground, right?
On 6 hits, you do notice blood on the ground.
There's blood, but no bodies.
Do we have the compass with us?
I'm going to say that was the thing you were researching. So yes.
Can I ask the compass if it can tell us what's inside?
Sure. It's going to take a minute. But you can pull it out and roll your occult plus your unspent willpower.
Two successes.
One of the symbols it points to is a weapon. But it's moving pretty fast.
I'm going to assume that's an enemy. I have no idea what to do otherwise.
Should I go in there and try and see what's going on?
I wouldn't go directly in. If you can get up and over and look in through the rafters. The worst case scenario is that we're fully compromised. And Price and everyone else are dead. Actually, no. Worst case scenario, they're not dead but are being interrogated.
Oh, you're discounting the idea that it's Price and Boreal's fault that this is happening.
We don't have the time for speculation. OT, does the warehouse have like roof access or like skylight windows or anything like that?
All right, so here's my question for you. Because yes, it does. Did Echo secure those places against break-ins by people with her skill set? Or did she leave them open for such an occasion?
She would have left one of them open for such an occasion.
Okay. Then yes.
Yeah. Echo is gonna start kind of rummaging through that bag that she's been carrying around for most of the time that the group has known her. And I'd like to make like a grappling hook type thing to kind of help me climb to get up.
Sweet. Make a crafting roll. Get 3 hits on that, and we'll skip any athletics checks you might have to make and go straight to stealth.
We got 3.
Grappling hook achieved. Go ahead and sneak in.
Dex plus stealth. Here we go. 4.
Okay. Up the side, across to the window. Get a little knife out. You set the lock so you know how to jimmy it. And you can get inside. The place is a mess. No roll needed to observe several figures with firearms going through papers. Like, one of them is at a desk next to the slumped over body of one of your scribes. And he's just like pulling stuff out, looking at it, tossing it to the side. Do go ahead and make a perception roll. Wits and awareness. 3. There are several bodies. No one you immediately recognize.
Interesting. How many people did you say there were that I could see immediately?
3.
3? Okay. Yeah, Echo is gonna kind of make her way back out and like essentially like peek over the edge of the roof, and just hold up 3 fingers, and gesture back inside.
All right.
Before popping back in.
Cool. Raven, you see that? Echo, what are you going to do once you pop back in?
At this point, she's going like full Assassin's Creed style, like trying to get as over top of them as possible, before trying to catch them by surprise and taking them out.
Sweet. Dex plus blades. If you get 5 or more successes, you get a 2 for 1.
Oh, we don't like that. Oh, that's much better.
7. Cool. Real quick, outside. Raven, you've got, there's 3, probably 3 in there is what that means. You can handle 3. Assuming they're human.
Yeah. She'll look over to Aylin. Aylin, do you still have the gun on you?
I do.
You may need to use it.
No, I'm quite aware of that. Can I use Sense the Unnatural before Raven goes inside?
Yes.
3 successes is enough to make that happen.
Yes, it is. I'd also like you to roll your unspent willpower.
Ah! One success.
Okay. With one success, you extend your mind and try to feel. You do feel presences. 4 of them. You've never felt this, but they're human. And you know they're human because a voice in your head says, "Oh, those are just people." And then you say out loud, not that you're aware of it, "There's 4 people in there." And then you come back to.
When I come back, I think Aylin turns to will put a hand on Raven's shoulder. Don't go in there. Just there are 4 people, not 3.
That means Echo's walking into a trap.
Raven's going to look curiously at Aylin, trying to unpack immediately how she knows that there's 4 and not 3. Chalking it up to whatever the hell is happening in her blood.
Mm-hmm.
We can't let Echo go in alone. That means she's walking into a trap.
Well, I'm short of strolling in and asking them very nicely to put their, stop doing that. I'm not entirely sure how much help I'm going to be.
Well, you have the compass. I trust that you can keep it safe if things go
Aylin,
bad.
3 of the life forms blink out. And as you feel their deaths, you feel that sense of vomit again. Inside, Echo, would you kindly describe how you expertly dispatched these 3 guys?
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, I imagine Echo probably grabbed that grappling hook and brought it in and set it up like from the rafters. And like looped the rope around so it only went about halfway down the room. Climbed down that so she was just above one of the guys. Dropped down and like in just a second, like his throat was slit. And instead of stopping, her arm kept going and she flicked a knife that caught the second guy in the throat. Before going to the third guy and kind of just like full like prison style like grab like hand on the back of the neck and just stabbed him repeatedly.
Right on. Yeah, the first 2 don't even know what's happening before they're dead. The third one did actually get his gun and half turn, but if he had turned to the right, he might have seen you. Instead, stab, he's dead.
Well, Raven, good news is there are now only one person in there. Well, left. Don't know what to tell you.
Well, all the better then. Follow close behind. gun at the ready, and Raven is going to start making her way to the doorway.
Yeah. Inside, you see Echo standing over 3 dead cultists. Probably just finishing stabbing this guy.
She's going to make a motion of 3 down, 1 left. So she's going to put 3 fingers up, then fall down, then 1, and then circle around.
All right. Give me wits and awareness, please.
Two success.
All right.
I got 3.
Cool. You two begin to circle through the left side of the room, past the bunks. And Aylin, you hear a shifting in one of the lockers.
I motion for Raven to focus on the locker.
She's going to motion for you to back up. Stand to the side of the locker. And open it quickly. Waiting
Cool.
to see if there's any reaction.
You yank open the locker. Inside, Drusilla points a pistol at you.
It's us. It's us.
She is white as a sheet and her hands are shaking.
Are you okay? What's going on? Who are these people? Where is everyone?
Just shaking.
How did they get in?
I'm more concerned about how they know where we were located.
Echo, what's your next move?
So we're in like the main area, yeah?
Yes.
Echo is going to start. Echo is going to go to the library.
Tossed.
Nobody in there though?
No. One of the guys you killed had what appeared to be a can of fuel, and this room reeks of it. Another minute and they might have burned the place.
Yeah, she's basically going kind of off on her own and going through the other areas of the compound.
Cool. What's an investigation, please?
Two.
You find more evidence of a fight. You count 3 scribes and 5 soldiers on your side. Hard to tell how many of theirs beyond the 3 that you killed. But all their bodies are gone. So
She'll go back to the main room and report that.
yeah. Raven. What are you investigating? Or are you just trying to get to Drusilla?
She's going to try to calm Drew down. If she's not able to, she's going to motion for Aylin. Aylin, can you please watch her? Make sure that she's protected. I have to go and check the vaults. Make sure that everything is still secure. Especially like the book and the bodies. And see if anything is missing.
Sure. Leave me with... All right.
I trust you, Aylin.
No, I understand that. Never mind. Go check on all of the things.
Cool. What's an investigation from Raven?
And specifically, she's going to be looking for Price.
For sure.
You said wits and investigation?
Wits and investigation.
Okay. I'm going to spend a point of willpower.
Okay.
3 success.
3 success. You know him pretty well. It doesn't take you more than a moment to confirm that he is not among the dead. The other thing you said was the vault.
Yeah.
Open.
Is the book still there?
No. In fact, most of your useful gathered objects and curios, the things that were kept under lock and key, this whole place was cleaned out. Other than the bodies, they don't appear interested in those.
Of course not. On that note, she's going to go back to Aylin and to Echo.
Aylin, you are briefly alone with Drusilla, who continues to shakily hold a pistol.
I'm going to reach out and see if she'll let me take her hands. Drew, it is safe now, and I understand that the pistol is comforting, but I am more concerned about what you are going to do on accident than purpose now.
Go ahead and make, whatever charming roll you would like.
All right, let's do...
Manipulation, persuasion?
Yeah. Three successes?
Yeah. On 3, she makes no move to resist as you put a hand over the top of the gun, push it down, and then gently pull it free of her grasp.
And then I just hold her for a second.
As you're holding her, you feel her shake a little less and a little less. And then a voice you've never heard says, "Why do they trust you? They shouldn't."
Does it feel like she said that?
What's an insight, please?
Two successes.
Hard to say.
This is not the time.
She looks up a little startled.
I wish I could explain it better than... what might be about a dozen opinionated watchers.
You see recognition in her eyes, and she steps back from you. And at this point, you guys reconvene.
Any leads on what happened?
Everything is gone.
Everything.
They came through, and I counted at least 8. 3 scribes, 5 soldiers. Not sure how many of them, their bodies were taken away, other than those 3. What do you mean everything was taken away?
Every single curio, item, even the book, gone. Everything that was in the vault. It's been cleaned
book-
out.
The book that I stole that fair and square.
That might be the very book that they were talking about getting back.
Were you able to tell if they opened it with a key or if they forced their way in?
I didn't bother to check, honestly. You have better
Alright.
eyes than that for me.
I'll go take a look. Well, we should all go. I don't think splitting up anymore is a good idea. I think they're all gone. Or at least most of them are. And even if they're not, staying together is probably our best bet.
I agree.
The smell of petrol is now pretty pervasive.
Why?
It's obvious they were attempting to burn the place afterward, but wits and larceny from Echo to assess the lock.
Uh, 4.
It's possible it was picked by somebody very good. It's also possible it was opened with a key.
I was right.
Congratulations.
It
Sorry.
could have been. It could have been opened by, well, not force, but without a key. But they had to been real good at their job. But probably more likely that it was done with the key.
Interesting. Now, I have a terrible idea. I have a series of terrible ideas.
I hesitate to ask what these terrible ideas are. While you explain them, let's try to save what we can from the petrol.
The entire library is doused.
That's what I was afraid of.
Greasy books can still be read.
Not if they're completely soaked through and ruined. We need to try and salvage what we can regardless, but I wouldn't count on much. Doesn't take
Alright.
much to ruin a book.
As you guys are set to start putting the place back together, first of all, other employees start arriving. Those scribes who hadn't stayed later come in early. They're mostly shocked. The soldiers less so. But they're willing to start getting to work, cleaning up. One of them starts deflecting the local law.
Raven would order all the scribes to immediately begin making copies of any book that seems to be partially damaged, all the guards to maintain a perimeter, and anyone else begin loading up everything onto the train as we need to completely relocate.
Okay.
Do we have any way of getting in contact with the Queen ourselves, or did we have to go through Price or Boreal for that?
most contact with the crown was through Boreal. You could go to the palace.
Echo, let's hold off on that. Aylin, what was your idea?
Well, I know it's not something that we're all particularly excited for me to try, but we could get answers direct from the horse's mouth, as it were. And she lightly kicks one of the cultist bodies.
Why would that? No, that can't be our first plan.
It wasn't my first.
What was your first?
Reaching out for the book directly.
That is significantly
the
more
compass.
worrisome.
Hold on. We have a compass. We know they took
Yes, but we struggle with reading the compass.
but it's better than nothing.
Can I search the
Well-
bodies to see if they have any orders or anything on them?
Yes. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Also, I'm not
Uh.
offering nothing. I just gave you 2 ideas.
Investigation and what?
Wits or intelligence.
Intelligence it is. 2. Nothing if not consistent.
In your professional opinion, these guys have made an effort to be difficult to identify and match back to their lives.
That's what she was afraid of.
The possibility that they might die and be recovered and used as a source of information was considered by whoever employed them here.
Yeah. Still worth checking, though.
Yeah.
Anything of note, Echo?
These were just... They were nobodies. Pretty expected, I suppose, that they wouldn't have anything on them. They were probably told to do, and that's it.
Even nobodies have eyes. Aylin, if you do this, know that if anything goes wrong, I shoot the corpse and then you.
I don't know if you'll have time. I don't know if you'll have time to shoot her. There are 2 of us, after all.
I
Echo,
am
if anything
confident.
goes wrong, shoot Aylin.
I am confident that either of you could take me in a fight.
Drusilla nods, points at Aylin, and holds up 1 finger. Then the corpse and holds up 2.
Other way around. Corpse first.
Shakes head.
All right. Well, once we're done negotiating which who dies first, our 2 options are this: I can reach out and see if I can make contact with the book, or I can make contact with, or I can resurrect a dead body. Well, not resurrect, but you know what I mean.
I was about to say, when were you able to resurrect the dead?
Oh, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Drusilla
You-
shakes her head emphatically.
That would be
I'm-
pretty terrible. Regardless,
Yeah, but
Aylin, you try and reach out to them. Raven, do you think you could try and use the compass to trace the book?
I can attempt to, yes.
Do you think they'll cooperate?
If they
Probably
don't,
not.
let them know that death won't be the worst thing that happens to them today.
Right. I will. Yes. Excellent. Doing that then. Yeah.
I've
I'm
never
gonna.
interrogated a corpse, but I'm not above it.
Well, be nice to my body if I have to borrow it. If they borrow it, okay?
Depends
I'll
on
be
what
as
happens.
gentle as necessary.
I'm gonna get stabbed again. Yeah. Can I? We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here. Can
Yes.
I try to catch those spirits?
Yes. You may attempt to cast Speak with Dead.
I will take the responsibility for that spell.
It's 100% a D&D spell.
Yes, it is.
Just want it on record. This D&D comes from you.
Yeah,
We're
now
equally
I would like to
drinking.
do.
Now we're drinking because of Clara.
I
Yeah.
would like to do some improvised magic.
Yeah. Cool. You're gonna spend a point of willpower, and you're gonna
Alright.
roll willpower and occult.
This will be vulgar with witnesses, so
I actually
Is it
think that
vulgar if you
most of your
believe me?
witnesses in this case are all pretty familiar with magical stuff. They may be surprised to see you do it. But, your scribes work on occult texts daily.
Is 3 enough, or do you want me to willpower reroll and just burn through my willpower again?
I mean, I'm going to leave that choice up to you, of course.
No,
If
I'm
you think
taking the
3
3
is enough.
successes.
That was the correct choice. Cool. Now I'd like you to roll me 1 dice. 1d10.
I forgot about this part. Okay.
You're just looking for a success.
One success.
All right. You, Aylin, are speaking to, in the presence of, and also experiencing the life of an Italian man named Lorenzo. He discovered a magical talent and briefly served a Sicilian crime organization. He came to Chicago seeking like-minded individuals interested in building a more concrete future for those with these talents. He was frustrated by mage pretenders, so sought Houdini out directly and would have met with him the next day had he not chosen to stay in a particular hotel. As the facts of his pretty grisly death start to unfold before you, he starts experiencing them with you and becomes aware of your presence. What is this? I don't know.
I do
Who are
not
you?
have a good explanation for you.
Who are you?
Uh,
Strange
hello.
one. Who
D-
exactly are you?
Hi, Aylin Crane, medium. Sort of.
You are a medium. A
Sort
speaker.
of. Yes.
I am dead.
Unfortunately, a bit.
Was a bit dead?
Well, we don't have a lot of time to get into it. I actually needed your help with something else, but that
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry about
My
this.
apologies. Please, I am so sorry to inconvenience you with the fact that I am dead.
All right, this is going to end poorly. You're in me.
I do not know how to respond to that.
I do not know how to explain it any better.
Who is this dead man?
I don't
This is
know.
not
We're about
my
to find
corpse.
out. Do you know how to you have magical talent. You had a magical talent.
See?
I was trying to summon that thing's spirit.
You wish to talk to the dead man.
Yes.
Who is he?
Cultist of some kind.
There. Interesting. And what is in it for me?
I'm working very hard to get you out of me.
Make manipulation plus either persuasion or subterfuge. I'm thinking subterfuge since you haven't actually done any work to get him out of you.
Well, I didn't know he was in there. 2 successes. I will commit very hard to getting you out of me.
I am going to want to talk to you and probably walk around. You are a medium, so you can talk to me, but you can also choose not. Sometime in the future, I reserve the right to speak to you at my leisure. And then I will do
You know
what you
what?
ask.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to know more about your talents.
All right then. Here we go. Oh, these others. Do they know magic?
Am I about to lose consciousness?
I don't know. Do you usually?
Oh,
Are you a
that's
fainting woman? It's a mysterious question.
when people borrow my body, I tend to not know what's happening. So are you going to talk me through this, or are you going to ride it? I hated that choice of words.
He shrugs and extends a hand towards the body, and your hand extends with it, and then you two are occupying the same space. You are conscious, but you feel his hand moving to put a thumb on the bridge of this guy's nose and sort of cup his face, and the other right on his diaphragm with 2 fingers, and then push. And there is almost a shock, a feeling of electricity, and the corpse.
Well, I guess we can talk to him now.
Do real quick, give me a wits and awareness roll. All 3 of you. Cool. That's enough. I needed one of you to get 3 or more successes so that you picked the one of the ones that hadn't had his throat slit. Yeah, this is the one that got stabbed repeatedly. What would you like to ask him? He doesn't appear to be in good shape. Eyes are still kind of glassy, but there's definitely like a sense of function.
Oh, he's kicking. All right.
Yes, the body is moving.
I thought you were joking about raising the dead. What the hell is that?
I thought I was too. Well, I guess we can ask him questions now.
Do I need to kill him again?
No.
No, let's ask questions.
Who let you in?
Not supposed to
I slap the dead body.
Okay. Nothing happened.
I don't have a great amount of time before I have to, I assume, put you back. I actually have no idea how long this is going to last. I assume you're in. I don't have any assumptions anymore. You're not supposed to ask, to tell. Yes, I understand that. Unfortunately, circumstances have changed. Who let you in?
Agent Reliquary, get the book. Get the book.
Why the book? Did the agent have a mustache?
Mustache. He undercover long time. He works reliquary. Book is important. Book is gate.
Oh no.
What was
think
the
I can-
undercover agent's alias while he was undercover?
Just give me. I'm gonna need a roll for this. Persuasion, intimidation. You're not really deceiving him. You're just sort of asking. So, Aylin and or Raven.
That's 2 successes for me.
3 successes for me.
Okay, both comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Agent Secret. Keep the secret. Got the others. Got the blood. Blood. Well, please. It's time.
Was it Price?
It's time. Soon.
What happens if you
will
give
be
the
unstoppable.
What happens if you give the tyrant the regalia?
The head shifts a little bit in your direction. Not supposed to know. Tyrant doesn't get regalia. Regalia gets Tyrant.
Obviously, I know, and I outrank you. Give me the name of the person who let you into the reliquary.
All right, this is the last attempt. This is going to be manipulation and subterfuge. You can add your desperation, which is now at 3.
Hey, gang. Should we add our desperation?
Don't fuck it up.
Do it.
You're going to need. You have already acted like this guy's enemy and now you're trying to convince him that you're his boss, you're going to need 7 successes to make this work.
Well, I have 7 dice in just charisma manipulation, so...
Use your desperation. Just don't fuck it up.
Well, I can't guarantee that.
Simple. It's that simple, Clara.
Being very attacked right now. What the actual fuck?
Okay. So in a pool of 10, that's 5 successes.
You rolled average.
And a desperation failure.
How much more danger can we get in at this point?
Isn't it max?
Clara, you need 7 successes. It is not guaranteed that you succeed this even if you overreach.
Yeah, I can't. I have to take despair. Well, fuck me. Sorry for whatever happens to my body. Yeah.
Cool. You say that, and his eyes were already fixing on you, and he goes, you reliquary. And then he lurches upward and grabs your throat.
Yeah, that's about right.
I feel like the other 2 might respond.
Yeah.
Raven, instead of attacking, is going to use Repel the Unnatural.
Okay. You pull out your Tesla pistol and shoot this thing. Go ahead and roll for that.
Two success.
2 is not enough to activate your device.
The moment Echo sees the hand start to reach knife, like aiming for the palm of the hand.
Cool. Make an attack roll.
She
and blades.
She is throwing it, so it's athletics, but it's the same pool either way.
Okay.
Oh, it's terrible. I don't want our friend to get fucking grabbed, though, so 6.
Cool. On a 6, you hit that hand and pin it back to the table that this guy has been laid up on. And in a final croaking voice, the corpse says, "Soon it'll be over. Soon." And flops back into death. What now?
Was Raven handed the compass earlier?
You guys,
No.
One of you has the compass on you.
I have the compass.
And then what was that? About a tyrant?
Oh, yes. Things are coming together very quickly now. Fuck.
Yeah, it's episode 8. What the fuck did you expect?
Quiet voice in my head.
God, is that you?
God? Are you here too? All right.
No.
Of course not. You're a god's a woman.
Satan?
All right. There are some pieces that I think we figured out. I figured out. Well, they were there and I hadn't told you, so I figured them out because you didn't have the chance to.
Just blinking at you.
Aylin? For your own sake, explain it quickly.
Well, there, in the book that do you remember the book?
Don't ask stupid questions.
I don't know what you remember.
Drusilla
book
steps
just-
forward and grabs you by the collar.
All right, I get it. All right, so
The
the
book
book,
was-
the one that
The one
the
that
one
was
that was
just stolen from us.
Yes, the one that was just stolen it sort of has this thing in it, trapped by it, or it's a gate. I'm not entirely sure. It's something bad, sort of a red tyrant situation. And what do tyrants do? They rule, and what would the regalia be if it was not symbols of office in England? Drusilla, could you please let me go?
Drusilla looks over at Raven, asking permission.
Let her go.
Lets you go, steps back.
And in my defense, you asked me to stop interacting with it, so I did. But I haven't quite so much been in contact with it as it sometimes when I channel a spirit, the door sort of gets left a little bit open, and sometimes it tries to stick its foot in the door. You know what I mean?
So all this time you've had a hitchhiker of sorts.
No. It's so I've been keeping an unwanted a person out. But they seem to be like a next door neighbor, a very pushy next door neighbor. And frankly, due to recent events, we're all full up.
May I see the compass, please?
Yes. And I'll hand it over.
She's going to say out loud as she holds the compass. Where is Lyra Vale?
Drusilla's eyes go very, very wide. Occult plus unspent willpower.
No, I am spending willpower to reroll that.
Okay.
What?
2 successes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of thoughts in your mind right now, not least of which the shock and betrayal on Drusilla's face. You cannot get yourself to focus right now. She's looking at you. A quick hand sign, which you have learned to translate, means what the fuck?
I just recently found out she was still alive. And have been in contact with her recently.
She shakes her head.
What do you mean, no?
Not shaking her head, no. Shaking her head like lost, confused, disbelief.
When I was in Cairo, I ran into her.
More hands. Doing what?
She was running the dig.
She steps back, then turns on her heel and leaves.
She'll ask Lucian to follow her, knowing Drew needs some space.
He squawks, lands on your shoulder, squawks, rubs his head on your cheek, and then takes off. Have you told either of your teammates who Lyra Vale is?
No.
Cool. So that was a lot of emotion that you guys. Yeah, that was a lot of emotion.
Echo's just gonna turn to Raven. Sorry, why? Please tell me it's just a coincidence that you share a surname with the person that you tried to find.
She's my sister, who I thought was missing until recently. She was the one that went missing in the attack that I mentioned prior, before this organization was founded. When I ran into her, she mentioned that we were working with the bad guys. And that she was working to stop whatever was happening.
Well, if someone was working from the inside, then yes, we would be the bad guys.
For curiosity, do you know how confidential the reports of your last mission with your squad were? Do you know how many people would have known about that?
No one knew she was there but me.
No, I meant about the fact that she was missing and not killed.
The only ones that knew were Price, myself, and Drew. And possibly the Queen.
Right. So, I think that
Yes, I
narrows
know.
things down a little bit. To both of them, I think.
She to grab the compass very tightly. Where is Price? Where is the man known to me as Price?
All right. Go ahead and make that roll again. And I'm going to offer you a bonus.
Okay.
Does Raven suspect that her old CO and mentor has turned on her? Does she
was
believe it?
suspecting it for a while, but she fully believes it now.
And if she finds him, she's going to kill him, right? Or at
She
least
would,
give him a
yes.
good thrashing? Cool. I will let you add your desperation to this roll in pursuit of battle.
And how many desperation dice is that?
3.
How do I add the desperation dice to?
So after you put in your pool, if you just hit tab. Okay, you got it.
5 success.
5 successes. The needles begin to swing. A stone, a hill, a stone, a circle, an hourglass, the sun, the moon. On 5 successes, stone, circle, on a hill. Related to the season. Maybe the solstices?
I know where Price is.
Where?
Stonehenge.
Well, suppose we should get going then.
Packing of the train is going well. You guys can be out of the station in 15 minutes. Anything else you would do here before you take off?
Raven is going to hand that Tesla gun to Aylin.
Oh,
At this
thank
point,
you.
giving up on it. You would be probably better for this than I would. And then she's going to try and find the Gatling gun that was being worked on.
Okay.
If it's still there.
Yeah, give me an intelligence plus investigation roll.
Only one success.
One success. The good news is that Hiram, your weaponsmith, is also not among the dead. You find some of his notes, and as you're like grabbing all of your stuff to get ready to go, in addition to schematics and stuff, you notice a schematic that has like a button with a symbol on it. His like maker's mark.
Gonna hesitantly hit the button.
It's a diagram of the button.
Oh, it's a diagram of the button. Does it look like what it goes into?
Looks like if you find that button, something cool will happen.
Gonna try to find the button.
Okay. It's not on his workbench.
It would be in the surrounding room, I would assume.
Yeah. You check around. There are plenty of things that have his mark on them, but none of them is a big red button.
Hey, Echo. She's gonna call the Echo.
What's... yes?
Help me find this big red button.
Why... What are we looking for? Why are we looking for a big red button?
Well, our weaponsmith has a schematic for one, and it looks like it will do something really nice if we hit it.
Echo's gonna go to the train.
Okay. I do want to make it clear that everybody gets one action before they get on the train and the train is leaving. So if looking for the button is what you're going to be doing, then you're leaving other stuff out.
Yeah, Echo was going to look for the button on the train.
Okay. Go ahead and give me wits and awareness. Or no, it's investigation. Wits and investigation.
Wits or intelligence investigation?
Wits.
Wits, okay. Then, that would only be 2, because I only have 3 dice for that.
Gotcha. You're correct. Looking at the diagram, looks like it's probably a button on the train. You can try and find it on your way up there. Aylin, anything you're grabbing before you guys leave?
I want to get a message to Molly.
Okay. Molly has been traveling around a fair amount. As you go to the board to try and see where she's stationed, you glance at the corner of one of the desks and see her mug half full of coffee.
How cold is the coffee?
Not very.
Can I dig through her shit?
Yeah, her bag is in the meeting room.
This isn't going to be one of those rituals where they have sacrifices, is it? Yeah, can I dig through her stuff?
Yeah. What's an investigation? What are you looking for?
Honestly, answers. Either she has been she is missing under duress, or I'd have noticed her body, I assume. She's either missing under duress or missing voluntarily, and I'm hoping for duress.
Cool.
7 successes on 5 dice.
7 success. You open her bag and go through the life that she travels with, the things she keeps close, everywhere in the world that she goes. Personal effects, a couple of mementos you didn't know she had kept from like early shows, and a particularly disastrous, like you guys got caught in a rainstorm and ended up drinking shots in a barn, and she has one of the shot glasses. You also find her notebook in which she has written a lot of diary entries about her journey, several drafts on like jokes, and an attempt at a play, which is pretty bad.
I just
You
remembered that I had set her on finding the mole.
you also find her notes on the other members of the reliquary. Sifting through them, she talks about sort of the best and worst qualities of all the people she's worked with for 2.5 years now. She also starts to put together that information that you'd given her. Who would need to know what in order to connect the attack on Raven's team to the theft of the jewels? Who would intentionally plant something like that? What's the benefit? There's suggestions of an operation like this could be seen as a promotion to an officer whose career had stalled out, or control over a purse this size could be very advantageous to a man of station, but not necessarily means. She did some digging. Boreal is not independently wealthy. And on the last page, I've got the son of a bitch. I'll tell the girls tomorrow. Can't wait to see the look on his smug face.
Well, Yeah, Aylin gathers up Molly's things to bring with her. When we're on the train, I'll explain what I read.
As you're getting ready to leave, Drusilla comes back in and boards the train. She hands Raven a note.
What does the note read?
They came in quick. We barely knew what was happening. I can't shoot. Guns make me freeze now. Price shoved me in the locker. Last I saw. And then the sound of the engine carries you out of London. You got a nice chill train ride ahead of you. What are you guys going to do?
I'm going to relay what Molly already we already kind of knew, but like Molly confirms. And then very seriously bring up the fact that we might be able to reach out to the Tyrant. It's a stupid decision. I think it's absolutely stupid, and I'm the one who's saying it. Also, my blood is full of ghosts. So, discount anything I say, but we could get from the horse's mouth how to bring him through, and then do the opposite of that.
But didn't you say that by contacting him, you open a door?
I don't entirely know how it works. I suppose I could ask. I suppose I could consult with the council inside me.
A long, deep, drawn-out sigh.
We're missing the library, and there's at least one magic user with riding around with me.
Go ahead.
Echo?
Oh, did you ever find that button, Echo?
Aylin spits out what the drink she's clearly got.
Oh yeah, you guys can all have a drink or two. The soldiers are.
Are you okay, Aylin?
Wrong pipe.
It's most likely. I mean, if I had to take a guess, it would be in the armory. I didn't really get time to search there. Like
Right,
in the.
Have fun with your ghosts. I've got to go find something.
All right.
Once Raven is gone, Echo lightly kicks Aylin in the shin.
Ow! I'm being punished for being.
You know that's not what she meant.
Listen. Are you. We're going on about trust quite a bit for someone who isn't going to explain to someone else that they have an obvious and disgustingly huge crush on them. You know that, right?
I cannot express to you how much I hate that you're right now. Echo gets up and walks away.
Right. I'm gonna go play with my dead friends then.
She is going to Raven.
Right. Let's do that first. Raven, you're going to look for the weapon, yes?
Yeah.
Where are you going to start?
Honestly, where the other button is to turn on the armory.
Yeah,
If I
the
recall
armory is...
correctly, the armory is like in the drink car.
Yeah, you have a button that produces a shotgun and a pair of revolvers. You also conveniently have the opportunity to refill your drink as Echo walks in.
She's just drinking straight from the whiskey bottle at this point.
Alright, well that's fucked up. Isn't gonna offer me a glass first?
Just hands you the bottle as she's rifling around in the armory.
No, Echo 100% does the same immediately. Right, where have you searched? Where haven't you?
She's just pointing in a different location. She is focused. Death in her vision.
Go ahead and make investigation checks. And then converse.
Is it wits again?
Yes, it is.
That's a 3.
2. Fuck.
Take you guys maybe 20, 30 minutes to rule out it being in this car. During that time, you're getting drunk.
You know, I had a very clever thing I was gonna do after I survived the wild hunt. Very upset I never got to do it. Well, I suppose clever is not the right word.
Are you gonna steal a book as well?
No. What?
Well, I just figured clever, and I just thought, the wild hunt, Aylin stealing the book.
No, I wasn't gonna steal a book. Not particularly good at this, but Aiden made a very good point that I'm very upset about not trusting people when I've been holding on to a rather big thing that could change how all of this goes.
Aylin giving advice about being truthful. Now there's a joke.
Well, given what it's about, what the being truthful is about, it's at least more in her wheelhouse. You know, all that. You remember when we were dancing and you picked me up and there were the 2 fairies that were kind of cheering me on?
Yeah, you were on the verge of collapse, I remember.
Yeah, you got any idea what they were cheering me on about? Because I can tell you, it wasn't the fact that I almost passed out dancing.
Was it because of the hunt? Honestly,
No. That was before I agreed to be in the hunt.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? That night, well, those years, I guess, at this point, are a little bit of a blur.
I suppose. You know, I spent a bit of time talking to those two. And they were asking about something I wanted. What was it I wanted? And it took me a while. Because I've never really had time to think about what I wanted. Always been a bit too focused on what I needed to survive. But I'm not sure if it was me being drunk or all the people around me getting along. The reason they were cheering me on is because my answer to their question was you. I wanted to.
Pardon?
mm,
Looks a little confused.
Not sure what it would look like. Not in our work. Doubt it would even work, but I'm. I think you're very interesting, and I'd like to spend more time with you. Preferably in situations where our lives aren't on the line, but I'll take what I can get. This was
Raven
all
sits
going.
there deep in thought for a minute.
This
Oh, go ahead.
this was all going to be a whole hell of a lot more, romantic from the way I had it envisioned. But, well, then we found out it's been 2.5 years and I haven't really had a chance for me to do what I wanted to do. So, here we are.
And what would that be?
Question, what's kind of the situation? Have we essentially, ended up, on bar stools at the bar at this point?
Yeah.
I'm
The search
Yeah.
the search ended like 10 minutes ago.
Well,
Adrenaline is cutting through some of the drunkenness right now. But
well, it was gonna start something like Echo is going to kind of slide her bar stool
next to Raven's.
The bar's still sliding.
Kind of hop back up into it, and then like put an arm around Raven and like lean her head on Raven's shoulder. You know, told you I could do it. And I was imagining you'd say something quippy about I don't know what. What? And then, you know, who knows where the conversation would have gone. I really like you, Raven. I really do.
Echo. I do as well. A lot. Especially after the dance. I definitely know what you're talking about. And I think it's something like this. And she pecks you on the cheek.
Echo kind of like reaches around, like other arm, like grabs Raven's collar and kisses her.
She does not resist.
All right. And from there, and whatever follows, we move back through the train to Aylin.
Now, I don't
were you
like what
doing
I'm
again?
about to do either.
I genuinely don't remember what you were doing.
I don't know. I was like, finally, they're fucking kissing. I give them space. I'm so sorry, Freyja just ruined me.
You're welcome for that.
I think Aylin is going to find a comfortable place in the train, and is going to see if she can make contact with at least Lorenzo, if not at least all of the other ghosts who might be able to help her on this.
Cool.
In her blood.
Yeah. Okay. How do you get them to try and make contact? They have a couple of times, but what provoked them previously? What are you going to do to provoke their presence?
She feels sort of silly doing it, but is trying to kind of, as best she can, recreate the circumstances of like one of her show seances. It's not as flashy or anything, but she's turned off the lights. She's turned off the lights. She's got, some things to focus on, but mostly she's definitely gotten comfortable, so she's probably like sitting in like a shift in the middle of the space, cross-legged, and just sort of opens herself up. I guess she would use sense the unnatural, but just sort of opens herself up and is, instead of reaching out towards a body or sort of any kind of presence, she's going to like look into herself and kind of look for the presences that she has within her, and the feelings that she had when she met Lorenzo, but is also kind of trying to remember how it felt to have Rebellion's hand on her shoulder.
Okay. Spend a point of willpower and occult plus unspent will.
Well, okay, so I'm in despair.
So you can't spend willpower.
I can't spend willpower, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. You just can't use desperation.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
That is, however, all of my willpower. I'm not getting good sleep,
No.
so no willpower.
Okay. You are at 0 willpower. Just roll your occult. Actually,
Well,
in
and
this
here's
case,
the thing. This would be kind of doing my the thing that would
I was
redeem
just
me.
going to say, if you want to, I'm going to let you substitute in performance because you are bringing your show to life.
Like a cult performance. What a weird combo. That is not a thing that you can do.
I think you have more performance. You have more skill points in performance, right?
I do.
You can roll that.
3
3
successes.
successes.
Way better.
3 is better than 1. All right. First of all, a couple places you could have attempted this. There is the dining car, which is currently occupied. There is the armory. There is a sleeping car in which you have like a room. But if you're in the sleeping car in your room, you're either sitting on the bed facing the wall, which is 5 feet away, or you're sitting on the floor facing the bed. It is an exaggerated closet. Or you're in the armory.
You know, I'm pro closet right now. The one time I'll say that. Like a person trying to record an actual play in terrible circumstances, I'm going to sit in the closet for some quiet.
Okay. Haha. Just to be clear, that's not the case right now, right?
No.
Okay. Previously. Yeah, you've got some candles burning. Careful to keep them away from the sheets. You get into this space. You reach inward. You feel that rebellion is near, but not sort of the concentrated conversational form. More like you are connected to it. And probably always are. The other thing you sense is initially you think there's soldiers coming down the hallway outside as voices rise and rise and rise. And then you realize that they are in the room. They're in your head. They are present. And then they're in the room before you, sitting on the bed, on the floor, on the shelf above the bed, clamoring and piling on top of each other. You are surrounded on all sides by these spirits.
Hello.
Who are you? Why are we here? What do you want? Who are you? Why are we here? How did this happen? You! What did you do? You did something and now we're here. What's happening? They all try to talk to you at once.
Aylin sort of surrounded by people is a great place for Aylin to be. Yeah, she sort of like settles into this like, all right, I am. This is now a crowd. I don't have a great explanation for what happened, but you happen to be passengers in me, I think. All of you were murdered.
Give me manipulation and persuasion.
Eight successes on 7 dice.
Jesus.
I do one thing really well.
The spirits look at you, and they kind of look at each other. And you see some of them are experiencing a level of recognition. Others mostly look scared and or worried. Lorenzo raises a hand. I can confirm some of these. We have spoken before. Forgive me, I did not get your name.
I am Aylin Crane. I am a medium.
I've heard of you. Yeah, I've heard of you. One of the women points at you. You're supposed to do, like, speaking with the dead.
Well, funny you should mention it.
Oh. I'm sorry, but there has to be some mistake. I mean, I don't even, I had so much in front of me. I had to look after the kids. Are the kids okay? Please tell me the kids are okay.
Unfortunately, I cannot answer that right now. But there's some bookkeeping that needs to happen, clearly. Before we are done, I will need all of your names and next of kin.
I had so much life ahead of me. And that man, that strange man, he did it, didn't he?
Yes.
All right. They start to go over who they are. Other than next of kin, is there any specific information you're trying to glean?
Okay. Yeah.
Plot relevance?
The plot relevant stuff. I was like, I should probably honor that first. I need to know because I know for a fact. I know that I was told already that some people here have magical aptitude and some of them don't. I need the ones with magical aptitude first.
There are several confused looks, but half of the spirits nod and sort of move forward. Evie, I was a student. I had some potential. I was doing some stuff. I could sort of make things move. I was going to get rejected from Mr. Houdini's organization. So I went to Holmes looking to get stronger. Looks like that didn't happen. And I'm Abigail. Evie is my sister. When she didn't come back, I went looking for her.
I suspect that my disappearance... I'm sorry. Holmes is Holmes alive?
Oh, he's very dead.
Oh, good. Good. His house of horrors trapped me and I believe I suffocated. We have met. I am Lorenzo. I came to Chicago seeking a place to study. Did not find it. This is my wife, Amanda. She was going to join me in the next week. So sorry. As you should be, I tried to stay in the same hotel, and now we are here, dealing with this strange woman who apparently gets to make the decisions now.
Well, as the only one with a pulse.
You see? You see? She says these things, and what can I do? What can I do?
I would like to be able to release
I am
all
talking
of
to my
you.
husband. I am talking
I
to my husband.
understand.
What am I to do about this? As she begins to go on at him, the fifth one is forward. Gordon, I worked for Houdini. I went to the hotel looking for Holmes. Wanted to test his defenses, see if he was really as fortified as we seem to think he was.
On a side note, it does seem a little like Houdini treated all of you quite poorly, but that's beside the point.
He told me not to go.
All right.
So, the others, your mundane passengers, are a man named Mark, who's the construction lead in building the hotel, presumably before it was enchanted all to heck. The one who put Holmes' name in the conversation first is named Gloria. She had just left her husband and was hitchhiking to the big city when Holmes picked her up. Henrietta was a fellow con artist who tried to get one over on him. There's a man who, after a little bit, you put together that his name is Hans. He speaks not a word of English. He is very German. And the one who was talking about the kids is Lucinda, a school teacher from Alabama. Meet your new friends.
Well, the hope is that I can get them out of me at a certain point.
Certainly a hope. Any more questions?
The primary one, I will explain to Lorenzo, who I at least kind of have worked with before already, the situation with the Tyrant. I've channeled spirits before, and the door, there seems to be enough of a connection that if I do it again, sometimes it tries to slip through. But I do think that there might be a way to use that, because we need to know what they're planning and how he wants to be released so we can stop it.
I see. This is interesting. A spirit of this size and power. I do not. It kind of looks at the others. I would not do this thing as I was, and you are not half the mage I was. Gordon nods. This will be extremely dangerous.
Yes, and aggressively. I understand that's very ill-advised, and if there's any way to perhaps not um take as many precautions as possible. We're just a little short on time.
Eh, she doesn't need to know where the thing is. She needs to know where the book is. The gate, the way through, yes?
Well, I assume that's in Stone. That's at Stonehenge, which is where we're headed. I need to know how to stop them from doing anything with it.
Uh, it's always the same way. They will stand in a circle, they will chant, they will slit some throats, and then a bad thing will happen. Kill them while they are chanting, they stop the bad thing.
Oh, I don't know. I was expecting something more
Or the bad
complicated.
thing gets loose, but then it's not usually your problem.
Have you heard of anything like this before? Specifically, this tyrant.
Make a roll. Actually, I would like you to roll. Just 6 dice.
Roll what? Just a luck check. 6.
I meant 6d10,
Oh, fine.
not 1d6.
3 successes.
Spirits, yes. This one. Best of luck. Don't get killed. We'd like to be able to talk to you again. And the connection begins to fade. And you are alone. And that's where we'll pick up next session. Thank you for listening to The Great Game, a Hunter the Reckoning actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Overthinker, Aylin by Clara, Echo by Termite, Raven by Freyja. Our intro music is by Francesco de Andrea. Our art is by Poyjee. Editing by Virens.